the next generation of lifestyle awareness that will transform your life significantly. Hi, welcome to Living Wow Out Loud. I'm your host, Callie Ray, founder of the Living Wow Center and author of the book, 8 Lessons Lupus Taught Me from Surviving to Thriving with Autoimmune Diseases. Living Wow is a lifestyle of choice and intention that was born from the truths that, number one, your body is designed to heal if you give it the environment to do so. Number two, you don't need a label or permission to be the expert in your own body. And number three, more than 80% of all diseases can be prevented or reversed by lifestyle. Unfortunately, this isn't what we're taught in our standard American diet and lifestyle culture. This podcast is a voice of hope and community where you will learn how to live a life of thriving that honors and embraces those three truths. Though you are an individual, you are not alone, and you can thrive living wow too. What does wow mean to you? I've been thinking a lot about wow lately. What the word means, what experiences make you say wow, what feelings surround a moment of wow, even the letters as an acronym and what they can stand for, because Living Wow is the name of the lifestyle program in the framework of thriving with autoimmune disease. I've been dissecting it, analyzing it, and defining it to bring the mission of Living Wow to you with the characteristics that make it universal, but the details that make it individual to you. Think about the last time you said, wow. Do you remember what that was? Do you remember how you felt? Do you remember what was happening? Mine was this morning as I went for a walk through my neighborhood. The sun was rising as I walked down the sidewalk, noticing the gorgeous spring blossoms decorating the trees. Spring colors are on full display, and the birds were chirping a good morning to me. As I walk through the neighborhood, the open sky is lit up with the most beautiful sunrise of pink clouds with orange hues set on a pastel blue backdrop. Wow, I said out loud to myself. That is a gorgeous sunrise. What an amazing way to start the day. I then thanked God for the opportunity to witness this beautiful creation and enjoyed it as it evolved and eventually dissolved into the daylight. Upon arriving home, I exclaimed to my husband how gorgeous the sunrise was and how it makes getting up for these early morning walks worth it. If I could do a sunrise walk every morning, it would do so many amazing things for me. I could get in a daily walk for exercise, be in nature, and start the day off right. We then discussed how when I did that with a group of friends in our previous community, I really loved it. Why don't I do that? Why did I stop doing that? How can I start doing it again? What can I do with my schedule or my routines to put that in and get back into a habit that allows me to have these experiences more often? Have you ever felt that way? That's what's meant by living wow. Living in a way that you are aware of things that bring you joy and make you feel alive. Sharing those moments with those around you and celebrating the wonders of life. Being intentional in the choices you make and how to bring more opportunities to experience wow moments into your days. This is what I characterize as thriving, and it's made possible by living wow. The problem is that I don't always see the sunrise, so I forget how much I love it. I don't want to get up that early. I'm inside working and I don't get to see that part of the sky. I'm busy with other things and I miss it. Basically, I'm on autopilot going through my day, getting things done, and don't make the intentional choice to watch the sun come up, even though I know how much better it would make my days. Truth is, I forget how much I love it and how much better it would make my days because I've just gotten too far away from it. This is an example of the autopilot, which I call sad life. The standard American lifestyle of automatic, rush, noise, and busy that distracts us from living our best life. I easily fall back into sad because it's exactly that. Easy. Everybody's doing it, whether it's a morning routine, food choices, exercise, sleep, or how we relate to each other. There's a social norm that we fit into and go with the flow. Have you missed the sunrise too? I use this analogy of the sunrise because it literally happened to me this morning, and it's a great reminder to me of the contrast between living Sa and living Wow. It's also a great reminder to me of why I'm so passionate about sharing Wow with you, because that's the secret to thriving with autoimmune diseases. Making intentional choices that support the systems of your body to repair and function more optimally is powerful. Living Wow supports a positive health cycle that, once experienced, cannot be ignored. Living life with energy and awareness that brings joy is available to everyone, but if you're like me, you've lived sad for so long, you don't believe you could feel wow. After experiencing my first transformation, I wanted others with autoimmune diseases to understand that you can thrive despite the diagnosis. In writing the book, 8 Lessons Lupus Taught Me from Surviving to Thriving with Autoimmune Diseases, I shared my journey and changed perspective toward my diseases and life as a whole. After tumbling full speed into SAD with the events of 2020, triggering every survival instinct I had, I found myself with pain, weight gain, depression, exhaustion, and flares that I had eliminated years earlier. I felt like I'd gone back in time 12 years. What was different this time was my belief. I knew that I could thrive amid difficult times. I knew the process. I had the tools. I knew that it would take a series of perpetual choices and probably a few restarts. I knew it would take time, but I knew it was possible. So in the depths of a pandemic and worldwide chaos, I decided to live wow. I decided to step out of the sad life that had again consumed my everyday choices. I decided to make a change. What seemed overwhelming and frustrating as I struggled to make order out of chaos slowly started to give glimpses of living wow. Better food choices and supplements kept my immune system strong against the virus battle. Choosing better material for my mind to listen to and focus on kept my mental tracks hopeful. Quieting the chaotic chatter of the world helped me tune into the spirit and remember who I was born to be and the journey that I'm on. 9 months later, I had completed what I now refer to as my second transformation, once again thriving with autoimmune diseases. I had successfully embraced intentionally living wow and cut the time down from 5 years for my first transformation to 9 months, my second transformation. Wow. Just like my mission after my first transformation was to give hope to those with autoimmune diseases, to not suffer and just survive. Knowledge to not settle for a diagnosis with a masking of symptoms that may lead to a cascade of more disease, but instead love your body, love your autoimmune diseases, learn to understand them, and find joy in the journey. Now, after my second transformation, I'm compelled to give you the framework for living wow, to empower you to step out of SAD and embrace wow. Change is scary, and most of us won't run headlong into change because we are comfortable where we are. Even if we aren't comfortable, it's familiar. And of course, there's that. Moving away from comfort and familiar takes courage, even if we know it's going to be better. So, just like I came home and told my husband about my sunrise experience, I'm sharing my living wow experience with you. Don't you do that? When you eat something delicious, you want to share a bite. When you see something beautiful, you tell someone about it. And when you experience something life-changing, you want to have others experience it too. Hey, if you find value here on the Living Wow Out Loud podcast, will you please share it with your friends and take a minute to rate it on the platform that you're listening on? That's how we live wow out loud. You know that more people need hope and they need the messages shared. And that's how we get recognized among all the noise. This is where you find your voice. Will you please share and subscribe and rate so that we can grow? Wow, you just finished another episode of Living Wow Out Loud. I hope you leave today empowered to live your best life and thrive. If you're ready to jump in and learn a little bit more about Living Wow, come check out the Living Wow Center. That's LivingWowCenter.com. www.thebrandingcoach.com.